Hi, welcome to my channel. This video, the unexpected thing or the thing that's going on within you that is stopping your life from changing, stopping maybe success in certain areas or maybe every area. I want to give you some examples, not of me, but of what it could be, possibilities of things, just to give you an idea of what sort of thing I'm talking about. This is all important and do not ignore this. If you ignore this, then you will find that you keep getting maybe close to your manifestation, but it never happens and you really don't understand why. And this is the only reason. If you've ruled out, if you know you don't have much resistance, you have like less than 50% resistance, if you don't have resentment and anger, or to be honest, that doesn't really stop you from changing things, you just can't hold on to it with those things. If you know that there's not a huge attachment to the outcome, but the same thing keeps happening over and over, you must watch this, listen to it, and there is a solution. That's the main thing for me to point out. There is a solution. I'm going to tell you such a quick and easy trick to do, which will immediately change something within you. Okay. Things that you have going on inside of you that are on autopilot. I'm going to give you some really basic examples here. You want a relationship, nothing is happening. Nothing is showing up in your life. Maybe you're getting close, but nothing really is happening. Underlying, you have something like this. I'm not saying you do, but this is an example of what could be, just so that you really kind of think, oh my God, could it be that subtle? Yeah, I want a relationship. I really want a relationship, but I really like my single status, as in I like doing what I want when I want. I don't want that to change. I don't really want my life to change, but I want a relationship. Now that I don't want my life to change is super strong because it has no resistance. It's just there ticking over in the background. Another example, you keep going for jobs and you keep missing out. At the last minute, you miss out. And it happens every single time, even though you're the best candidate for the job and the interview seems to go really, really well, you don't get it. You've got something in there that's probably something in there. Could be this saying, I never get there. I never achieve what I want. I never achieve my dreams. I always kind of miss out at the last minute. And that could have been something that happened to you way back in the day when you were a child. Something happened that you didn't get what you wanted and it just plopped in there. A little program running over and over and over again. Another really common one, and people do not pay attention to this, you want success in a certain area of your life. It could be your love life, it could be your career, the job that you're in at the moment, you know, it could be anything. You really want success, but you're not getting it. You're not getting there. You're getting part of the way there and you're not getting the whole way there, or you're just not shifting at all from your current position. Now you perhaps have a fear of success. You don't know that, you're not consciously aware of that. And the fear of success is this, it's not really the success itself, it's what comes with that. Then maybe there might be some negativity around. For example, with me, with being online, okay, sometimes you have to suffer negativity. You just do, because you're putting yourself out there. I used to have a strong fear of that. I don't anymore. It's still not very nice, but I don't have a fear of it anymore. So it could be something like that. Or maybe your life will change significantly in other ways, and your life in that respect at the moment you actually like. So you're fearful of those changes. Huge, absolutely huge, because it's a program going on in the background going, don't change anything because I'm happy the way I am. Don't change anything because I'm happy the way I am. Keeping yourself at a certain level without really realizing what you're doing. So this isn't a long video. This is a technique I'm going to tell you. It's not really a technique. It's just an exercise that you can do, and you can do it. You can do this with anything in your life. It's super effective, whatever it is in your life. So you're going to work on a scale of 1 to 10. So the first question you ask yourself is, how much do I want this success? And you'll probably get a 10. Brilliant. 10. You really, really want this. Then you know there's a fear there. So you say, and this applies to anything that you're dealing with. Okay, how fearful am I of the negativity around this? If it is something like putting yourself out there, hopefully it will be about a 4, and I would expect it to be about a 4. And if it's not the negativity, how fearful am I of the rest of my life that's going to change because of this? How great is that fear? And again, it's probably going to be around a 4, might be a 5, might be a 3, but generally they tend to come in at about 4. So they're below the middle scale. So awesome. Now, as soon as you do this, your subconscious and your mind is taken on that actually that is nowhere near as significant to you as the success is. So immediately something is shifted within you, even if you don't feel it. Often I'll do this with people And they'll feel it immediately and they'll go, oh my God, I can feel it. I can feel that. If I'm ever concerned about anything and I know that there's a discrepancy there with two different things that I'm feeling, I will pull the scale in and I immediately feel better. And some people do feel better with this when I do this with them. And some don't have an immediate shift, but then we'll feel it later on and say, God, I really feel that something has changed. I feel differently about that now. One, because I know it's there and I didn't know it was before. So when I'm coaching people, we are uncovering things that they don't know are there. And sometimes they're so basic and simple that they can't understand that they never realised that. But why would you? You're just going on with your life. It's not in your conscious awareness. And when you're not consciously aware of something, well, you're just getting on with your life, aren't you? And you're not thinking about it. You're not being poked by it because it's there on autopilot, just ticking over. I just imagine it's a little hard drive just running around and around and around, and it never stops, like your heartbeat. Never stops. Keeps going until you put a spanner in the works, until you install a new program. And actually, you don't even have to do that. What you're really looking at doing is really noticing this, realizing it, and then giving it a value of how. So if, for example, that fear factor was like an 8 or something, that's pretty huge, and that is going to take some work to change, because you want to look at, why am I so fearful of that? Ask yourself questions and talk to yourself as if you're coaching yourself, as if you are therapizing. I really don't know if that's a word, but it sounds good. Therapizing yourself. And self-therapy, awesome. When I'm coaching people, half the time, well, most of the time, it's helping me as well, because it's a reminder to me all of the time. So I'm helping them, I'm helping myself. So doing that for yourself will really help. Why is that fear there? Is it back from childhood? Is it kicked off from something there? Or is it just a general fear? Why is it there? Can I overcome it? Can I feel differently? Do I want this thing more than I fear it? Really ask yourself. I would suggest that you just make a list of questions to ask yourself, and then do the 1 to 10 scale, 1 to 10, for any sort of question that you can make that work with. Do it with that around this particular subject. It will really change your life, and you will become consciously aware of many more things in the future. When you feel stuck, you'll go, well, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Because actually I feel okay, but there's got to be something going on here. It could be, actually, you could have something that goes, manifestation is actually bullshit. So that inherent belief there is that it's bullshit, but you're trying to make it work. Again, you've got that going on. If you're telling yourself, if that autopilot program is saying it's bullshit, then you're not going to get showing up what you want to show up, because again, it's so powerful because it goes without resistance and it just does not stop until you notice it. And then it can't go under the radar anymore. You've noticed it, you deal with it. And that 1 to 10 scale is awesome. It sounds so basic, and you'll probably think, how much power can that have? But you just try it, and then you let me know that it doesn't have any power if you don't think it does. But really, it does, because it's just a clear signal to your subconscious in the moment what is more important to you. And it kind of then, I feel that it just then disregards that. And then it feels different in the moment when you do it. So it's no longer flying under the radar. You've dealt with it. Things have to shift from that point. Your day will be different now you've done this. You won't know it because you won't know how your day was going to unfold otherwise, but it will be. Again, it's a small internal shift. It could be huge, it could be small, but it will be a shift. So these little exercises, don't disregard them, because they're really awesome. And this is the one thing that affects people over and over and over, and they don't understand it because they don't feel any of that other stuff. There's no resistance. You know when there's resistance, you know that. But when there isn't any, it can become hugely frustrating because you think, I don't get it. It will be this. There will be something there. Just have a look, and actually see it as a fun exercise to have a look. Don't get stressed about it. Don't get stressed about it, because just because you find something, don't let it then stress you that you've got it. It's good. It's brilliant that you found that. It's awesome. Your life is going to change from this moment on. Okay, I hope this video was useful. I just find this is a recurring theme in my coaching sessions. What is going on there? And sometimes we pull stuff out and it's not even hard for me to get out, because I can see it from an outsider's point of view. I can see it from a kind of third party position. So I'm not making any judgment. I can just see it. And mostly I can see it immediately. And I go, do you think this could be the case? And they're like, oh my God, yeah. So, do this with yourself. Do this with yourself and you'll uncover stuff that you'll think, oh my God, might not be that much of a revelation, but either way, you're dealing with it. And once you're dealing with it, things will start to change.